Hello home bosses, welcome to my channel, and today we're diving into one of the most reliable and profitable niches in self-publishing, and that is Sudoku puzzle books. Now you might be wondering, are Sudoku books still popular? And the answer is a big yes. They've been around for decades and they're still one of the top-selling puzzle types on Amazon. People love them because they're fun, relaxing, and great for keeping the brain sharp. And the best part, once someone finishes one Sudoku book, they usually come back looking for another, which makes them perfect for building a repeat customer base and even a whole brand. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how I research Sudoku books on Amazon using the Self-Publishing Titans extension. We will look at which niches and keywords have the best opportunities, and I'll show you how I decide which level of Sudoku to target. For today's example, we'll focus on one of the most popular categories, Sudoku puzzles for adults, ranging from easy to hard. And once we've done the research, I'll walk you through step by step how to use the Sudoku app from Cloudorka to create a full professional interior for your book, ready to upload to Amazon KDP. This app makes it so simple to generate high-quality puzzles in minutes, so you can spend less time struggling with formatting and more time building your publishing business. So let's start by looking at how popular Sudoku puzzle books are on Amazon right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type in Sudoku puzzles and let's see what comes up. So you can just use the Amazon drop down to find keywords that are relevant to this search, and you can see that it's come up with Sudoku puzzle books, Sudoku puzzles medium to hard, all of those different keywords, and that's really handy to know because you want to know what to use in your book. And that is one of the simplest ways to do your research. But I've also got the Self-Publishing Titans Pro extension. And when I click on that, it gives me a lot more information. And what I like to do is I like to let it load and then I filter it by opportunity. So I like to see which keywords have the highest opportunity. So I'll click on that just to filter them by opportunity, and I can now see which keywords have got the highest opportunity score. So the higher this number, the better, and it's based on the search volume and the search results and the demand. So for example, for Sudoku puzzles for adults, Spiral, I know we can't create Spiral books on Amazon KDP, but just to give you an idea, the search volume is 6,055, so there have been 6,055 searches, and the search results that are coming up is 1,018, so the volume is a lot higher than the result, which means there's a lot of demand, so they've given it a score of 6, and it means it has a high opportunity, which is a really good result here, with a score of 9. But of course we can't create Spiral books, so we need to skip that and have a look what else there is. And there's Sudoku puzzles for kids, and that's had 13,946 results in search volume, which is really good, and very low results. So there's only 1,656 listings that have come up, and that makes the demand quite high and a really good opportunity. Another one I like is Sudoku puzzles for adults hard. So they're looking for hard puzzles to solve. That's had a lot of search results. The opportunity score is quite high. Another good one is large print. Another good one is for seniors. So you can see how this really helps you find good opportunities. So this can vary. At certain times, the demand will be higher or the search volume will be higher. So you have to keep an eye on this, but it gives you a good snapshot of what the situation is right now. For this video, I'm going to decide on Sudoku puzzles easy to hard because that will let me create a book that has easy puzzles, medium puzzles and hard puzzles. So that's what I'm going to choose. I mean, it's completely up to you. You can use any of these. So it just depends on what you feel is going to do better for your book. But in this case, let's just create a book that has easy, medium and hard puzzles. And that way I can show you also how we're going to create this book. And that way we can target all these different levels from easy to hard. So we're going to choose that. And now you know how to research this a little bit. You can also, as I said, just use Amazon's drop down, but tools like the Self-Publishing Titans tools, they just give you a little bit more information to make the job a little bit easier. But there's lots of tools out there. I just really like the Self-Publishing Titans one, and I will leave a link under the video if you want to have a look at that and check it out. So now we know the niche we're going to target. We're going to target Sudoku puzzles, easy to hard. Let's see how we're going to create them. So the tool I'm using to create the Sudoku puzzles is the Cloudorka puzzle apps, part of their software. There is a membership that you can join, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Let me show you how easy it is to create a whole Sudoku puzzle book using the Cloudorka apps. And I'm inside the Cloudorka apps now. Your dashboard may look a little bit different to this one, and but you should have the puzzle apps for this. So if I click Access Now, I go into the puzzle apps, and here's the Sudoku puzzles generator. So I'm going to click on that. And once we're inside the Sudoku puzzles generator, you can enter the name of your project here. And it doesn't really matter what you call it. I'm going to call it Sudoku Easy to Hard. And that's just so I can find the project later, and I click Create Collection. So then we click on our collection, and on the left hand side you've got the Sudoku elements. What we want to do is we want to go on the settings here, because we want to set our trim size. That's the first thing you should do. And most Sudoku books on Amazon are 8.5 by 11 inches. You could create a different size, but I'm going to stick to what works on Amazon and create the 8.5 by 11. I also want page numbers, so I'm going to click on that, start at page 1, and I leave center align page number clicked. I could change anything else like the page margins, but that's already done automatically for me, so I'm not going to change anything else. But if you do change anything, remember to click update every time you make a change. So now we're good to go, and now I can go to the Sudoku components, but we're going to create this book in a really easy and straightforward way. So what you could do is you could just click on these, place them on your canvas and build your book that way. But this is the really great thing about this app. This little thing here, the Rapid Book Creator, is going to make this job so easy. So I'm going to show you how I use it. Let's click on it. And look how simple this is. It gives you everything you need to put in to create your book. So what I want to do is I want to create a book that has easy Sudoku puzzles, medium Sudoku puzzles and hard Sudoku puzzles, and I want there to be at least 500 puzzles in the book. So you have to figure out how many pages you would need, how many puzzles you would put on a page, and kind of figure out how many Sudoku puzzles you need to create. So I figured this all out, and if I want to create more than 500 Sudoku puzzles in one book, I need at least 20 pages of each difficulty, and I need to have 9 puzzles on each page. So let me show you how I do that. So I want to create, to start with, 20 pages with puzzles that are 6 by 6. So that's the 6 by 6 grid size, which would be this one here on the left hand side. You can just about see it. And I want 9 puzzles on a page. So for that, I choose 3 by 3. That gives me 9 puzzles on a page. And I want the difficulty to be easy for the first 20 pages. And then the really interesting thing is here where it says show title. I'm going to tick that because I want every puzzle to show the difficulty level and I want to show the puzzle number. So the way to do that is I type in easy puzzle and then hashtag puzzle. And I'll show you in a minute what this looks like. Easy puzzle, and then I want it to have the puzzle number. And to show the puzzle number, you have to type in hashtag puzzle and make sure that puzzle is in lowercase, and that will then show you the numbers. I'll make it all clear in a minute when I show you. So now we want to add this to the book, and it's basically created a draft with everything you have told it to do. So we're getting 20 pages of 6x6 Sudokus with easy difficulty and in a grid of 9 puzzles per page with the title Easy Puzzle and the puzzle number. So now all we have to do is create. Now this has created 20 pages. The first page is blank because that's the template page, so we can just delete that. And here we are, we've got easy puzzle 1, easy puzzle 2. So can you see how it's printed? Easy puzzle, and then the numbers are the hashtag puzzle that you've typed in. So that will create the puzzle numbers. And we've got page 1, and then the same page 2, and then it continues counting the puzzles. And we should have 20 pages. Let's just check that. We're scrolling all the way down. And as I said, we've got 20 pages of easy Sudoku puzzles, and they're all different. So this is what's so brilliant about this. When I used to create these puzzle books in Canva, it was a nightmare because you had to create each puzzle and then create another puzzle and then create another one and then place them on the page. It used to take forever. I'm telling you, it was so difficult. And this is just a game changer. And what we want to do now is we want to create the next 20 pages, but the next 20 pages are going to be a medium difficulty level. So what we do is we stay on this page. So now we go on the Rapid Book Creator again, and we want to create another 20 pages. And again, we want to click 6x6, the same puzzle type, in a 3x3 grid, but this time we want to choose the medium difficulty level. Again, we want to show the title and we want to say medium puzzle and then the number of the puzzle. And we're going to click add to book. So it's done this again, and then all we have to do is click create. And it should have created another 20 pages. So we're on page 20 here, and now we've got page 21. And can you see now it says medium puzzle 1, 2, 3, and so on. And the difficulty now is a medium difficulty. You can see it has more blank squares, so that means it's slightly more difficult. So this is a medium difficulty puzzle, and we should have another 20 pages of this, which will take us to 40 pages in total. Let's just check that. Can you see how easy it was to create all these pages? We've basically got a 40-page book now already. And all we have to do now is create the difficult level puzzles. So again, we go on to Rapid Book Creator and we want another 20 pages and we want them to be 6x6. We want 9 puzzles per page, and this time we're going to create hard puzzles to solve. So the difficulty level is hard. And again, we want to show the title. So we want to type hard puzzles with the puzzle number. So we're going to do that hard puzzle and the puzzle number. And remember, this one has to be in lowercase. I made the mistake to put it in uppercase and it didn't work. So make sure it's lowercase. Then we click add to book and then we click create. And this should create another 20 pages with a difficult level. So page 40 was medium, and now you can see hard puzzles. See how many gaps there are now? That makes it a lot harder to solve these puzzles, and there should be another 20 pages of hard puzzles, which will take us up to a total of 60 pages. And here we are. So we've got a 60-page book now with a mixture of easy, medium, and hard puzzles. And all we have to do now is to create the solutions for this. So let's click on here, Show Solutions. And then it's saying Generate Solutions. So now we want to show the solutions per page. And I'm going to click on 9 because we've got 9 puzzles per page. So let's Generate Solutions, and hopefully it's done it now. So this is page 60. We had the hard puzzles, and now hopefully this is the solution page. Yep, page 1, easy puzzle 1. The solutions are all there, and that should generate another 60 pages of solutions because we had 60 pages of puzzles. So this should give us a total of 120 pages. Let's scroll all the way down to check that. And here we are. So we've got a book that is 120 pages with easy, medium, and hard puzzles. And that makes over 500 puzzles in a book that's just 120 pages. So we've created a book in a matter of minutes. I don't know how long this took, but it was literally minutes, and we've got the whole interior of a Sudoku puzzle book. And all we need to do now is to add the front pages with a copyright, maybe an explanation page. So what we want to do right now is to download the 120 pages. For that we go on to download up here, and we want to download it as a PDF so that it's ready to upload to Amazon KDP. So let's click on download PDF. It says it's downloading it, and it's now downloaded it to my computer, and now I'm ready to work with this. Can you see how easy it was to create a whole Sudoku puzzle book? I can't believe how easy that was because it used to take me forever before. So I'm really glad that these apps create books in such an easy and straightforward way. And I didn't even have to think about it too much. So that's how easy it is. So now you've got your full Sudoku interior ready. The only thing left is to add a simple front matter, things like a title page or instructions or your copyright page. So we can take a look at similar books on Amazon. This one here, the 1000 plus Sudoku. Let's take a look at that inside so I can show you what I mean. And this is the inside, so we can see what they've done for their first pages. So they've got a This Book Belongs to page. That's always a nice idea. And then they've got a page explaining how to play Sudoku. It tells you an example, and I think it's a good idea to include that in the front of your book. So you could have one page as a This Book Belongs to page, another page on how to play Sudoku, and you could have a table of content where it explains the levels of the Sudoku puzzles. And another really interesting thing that they've done for this book is they haven't included the solutions in the book. Instead, they've just put a QR code in the book, and they said that you can basically have a look at the solutions online. Personally, I don't think that is such a great idea, but it is something that you can do. It's not a problem to do that. I just think that from looking at the reviews, and I'll show you quickly, we can have a look at the ratings here, and they've had over 4,000 ratings. And it's always a good idea to have a look at reviews because you can get a few tips on how to make your books better even. So this one, for example, says it's a great Sudoku book. Just be aware that it's a tall book, not pocket-sized, and there are no answers in the back. Instead, there's a way to check your answers online. So they see it as a positive because they say you get more puzzles. But some people say the boxes are smaller than I anticipated, but I don't mind. The book doesn't have the answers, which is good because it keeps me from shortcutting. So they see it as a positive as well. So sometimes it's not a bad idea to do things differently. But I don't know. I personally rather provide the answers at the back of the book. So it's completely up to you. If you want to create an online page where you can collect their email addresses maybe, and they can get the answers that way, that would be a great way to build your email list. So it's completely up to you. I leave that decision to you to make. I will definitely put my answers in the back of the puzzle book. Maybe I'll experiment and I'll do my next book differently. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I'd love to know what you think about that. But that is the front matter of the book. And then once you have created your copyright page, your explanation page as well, once you've created all of that, all you need to do is combine the PDF of your front matter with the PDF of your Sudoku interior. And you can do that really easily with free online tools. I personally use ilovepdf.com. I think that's a paid tool, but there are free tools online. All you have to Google is free PDF combiner or something like that. And then you just upload both files and you merge them together and your interior is complete and ready to upload to KDP. And of course, the next step is to create your cover. Would you like me to create a video showing you how to design a professional looking cover in Canva? Let me know in the comments because I'd love to walk you through that process as a next tutorial if you would like me to do that. So if you want to try the Sudoku app for yourself, it's part of the brand new Cloudorka subscription, which gives you access to a whole range of puzzle and math apps that make creating professional quality books so much easier. And if you sign up through my link below, you also get free access to my monthly Book Marketing Club Facebook group, where I help you with marketing strategies, cover design tips, and building a brand around your book. So that group will be all about selling your books rather than creating your books. Cloudorka have their own Facebook group for that, and they're really helpful. So I suggest that if you have any of the Cloudorka tools, join their Facebook group as well, because you find a lot of help in there. And I'll leave the link below, and I've also created a video before about the Cloudorka subscription, so I'll leave that link after this video so you can watch that if you want to. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.